So how do you feel?
Felt way harder.
Yeah.
Way harder than the super. It felt way harder than the super.
Because of the incline?
Yeah, it was literally, we were just climbing a mountain.
What?
That was steeper than any hike in Mammoth.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. It is officially May 15th, and that means it's race day. So today I will be completing my Spartan Sprint. It is my second race in order to achieve the Spartan trifecta. If you don't know what that is, basically it's completing the Spartan Sprint, the Spartan Super, and the Spartan Beast. I already completed the Spartan Super. Today I'm hoping that I complete the Spartan Sprint, which is 3 miles, 20 obstacles, and today it's actually in Big Bear, California, so it's going to be at about 9,000, I think it's like 8,000 elevation. So the elevation is going to be no bueno. But I woke up about 5:30, got my first meal in me at about 6, which was my overnight oats. If you don't know what that is, just go back and watch one of my full day of eating videos. You will be able to see what that is. I plan on having another meal. It's about 8:45 right now. I plan on having another meal about 10:30. That'll be my last meal before the race. The race starts at 1:30, but I do have to be there at 12 to check in. It's about an hour away. And then as for my pre-race drink, I'm gonna have 2 scoops of carb powder and then 1 scoop of electrolytes. I'll probably drink that at about 12 o'clock, or I'm sorry, yeah, 12 o'clock, about an hour and a half before. That way by the race, I should be fueled up and ready to go. I've tested it the last 2 weekends, and I felt pretty good. Again, this past week was kind of a deload week, so I didn't do that much running. I did run, but nothing like crazy like I've been doing leading up to this race. If you've never done a Spartan Sprint or a Spartan race, things you need to know and things you need to have for race day. Obviously, pick out your race day gear so that you feel good and you look good. Because everybody knows if you look good, you feel good, you race good. It's a proven fact. They've done science. So I got actually what I'm going to be wearing when I race, but then when you do a Spartan race, you need to always have a change of everything. Meaning a fresh pair of shirts, or a fresh shirt, fresh pair of shorts, fresh pair of chonies, aka underwear, socks, and then a different pair of shoes. Because my last Spartan race, I got fully submerged in mud water. And my socks were wet, my shoes were wet, my pants were wet, everything was wet. They do have a place where you could actually shower and rinse off after. So, things you need to bring. Obviously a change of clothes, like I said, socks and shoes. Bring a towel in case you want to shower, rinse off. Bring chapstick, bring anti-chafing cream, bring a lot of water. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, I do have a GoPro this time, so I will be documenting everything, and then I will do a race recap once I'm done and kind of show you guys how I did. My plan, my goal for today, last race there was 28 obstacles and I wasn't able to do 5, which meant I had to do 150 burpees on the day. My goal for today, there's only 20 obstacles. I'm hoping that I could, that was kind of creepy. You kind of just snuck right in here, little dog. My goal is to, out of the 20 obstacles, hopefully only have to skip 3. Meaning I would only have to do 90 burpees. 90 burpees at 8,000 elevation should be okay, should be doable. The ones I think I'm gonna fail, the spear throw. The reason being, I haven't thrown a spear since last Spartan race, and there's really no way to prepare for that. So that one I'm kind of counting on. I'm probably gonna have to do some burpees. The rope climb is one of them that I'm hoping I am able to do. That is my goal. I'm hoping that I'm actually able to finish that one today. I got a plan for it. We'll see if it works. And then I figure one of the actual like monkey bar pull-up ones, that one's probably gonna, one of them will probably get me. So that is the plan for today. Like I said, I got about an hour and a half, 2 hours before I actually have to head out there, so I'm gonna keep stretching, trying to stay limber, trying to stay loose. I don't want to tighten up because like I said, it's about an hour to the actual venue, so I'm gonna be sitting in a car anyway. So, but when I get there, I'll obviously warm up, stretch, foam roll, all that stuff. So I'm excited, a little nervous, but I think once I actually get to the venue, these venues are super legit. Once you get there and you feel the energy and the vibe and the atmosphere, it kind of just, you're ready to race. So I am excited. I got some buddies doing it with me this time, so I'm going to shoot them a text, make sure that they did not chicken out, make sure that they did not bail, and they will be there with me. So I'll keep you guys updated. And again, today I should be accomplishing my second medal of the Chasing Trifecta. Let's get it.
We're loaded up. Oh, about to head down. We got half the support squad here. You can't see a little tuna, but she's in there. and then we're going to pick up my mom and dad. And then we'll head up, which is about, it says it's an hour and 5 minutes away. You ready, babe? You ready, Adeline?
I just want to drink my
Okay.
bottle, man.
All right, let's get it. So we made it. We're at the village. This mountain behind me. Kind of hard to tell. That is where we're running up. Right there. And this little mama. Hey, can you say hi? Pretty girl.
She said hi. Good job, baby.
Drive up. Got motion sickness. That was fun. And we will be running in about 30 minutes. Go time. This is us before. Woo! Yep, documenting us. Go. And we'll see how we are at the end. It doesn't look too bad.
Alright, so I figured as you guys watch the live footage from my GoPro and then the clips that I got from the actual race, I'd break down each obstacle, what I was thinking, some techniques, some tips that I've learned from it, and then kind of just give you a play-by-play of what I was thinking. So, race kicks off, I'm pumped. When we were standing there to start the race, we were at an incline, so I knew it was going to be pretty tough. Did not know it was going to be this tough. So, this first clip is me leaving the starting line, and I don't know if you could tell from this clip, but this was called a Spartan Sprint, but in all reality, it was more of a Spartan walk. This hill, mountain, it's not even a hill, this mountain was probably the steepest mountain that I've ever walked up. Legit. So at first I tried to run a little bit of it, and then I realized there was no running. It was just going to be basically a hike. So I kind of was a little discouraged at first, but what was running through my mind is I knew the first mile and a half was going to be mainly uphill. But I did not realize it was going to be this uphill per se. So we come to the first obstacle. It's just the hurdles, which again, I've done these before, so I wasn't too worried about them. But when I mounted this first one, I was kind of a little shocked because my body was like shaking, and I don't know if it's because I didn't have enough nutrition before, or if it's the fact my legs were already shot and I was starting to feel the fatigue. But these two walls kind of gave me more trouble than what I thought. You could kind of see in this clip how steep the mountain was. At this point, I actually turned around and started walking backwards, not so I could look down, but my calves and my thighs were just shot from constantly walking like this. So by turning around, it was able to give my quads and my hamstrings a little break. Not much, because obviously this was very steep. And at this point, I don't even think I'm a quarter of a mile up the mountain, but you could see that most people are predominantly just walking this mountain that we are going up. But then we finally got to a little level part. When I saw the level part, I said, all right, cool, I'm gonna kind of loosen up my legs, I'm gonna take off running. So I was able to jog for a little bit. I thought we were already at the top, so I started jogging, but lo and behold, we were not at the top. We were not even close to the top. So we get to another mountain. I don't know if you guys could tell. I don't think the video does justice, but this was freaking Mount Kilimanjaro that we were going up of. You could kind of see how steep it was. You could kind of see how slow people are going. I mean, look how slow I'm going, but you can't really run it. And then I tried so many techniques. I tried to veer to the left, veer to the right, try to take angles. Nothing was working. Look at that. That's not a sprint. There's no shot that you could Spartan sprint up that. So then we come to our next obstacle, which these hurdles, the technique that I realized is you kind of just lay on it like that guy was doing. And then kind of this guy approached it pretty beastly. I mean, that's pretty much Ninja Warrior right there. So Again, these ones, I think if you take them slow, I think it's actually like worse. I feel like you kind of just throw yourself up, plop yourself over, and then, you know, go at it. So you had to do 2 of these, and then you could kind of see that it just goes back up the mountain. Now, from this clip though, for those of you guys who like think it's a competition and are kind of stressing if it's your first one you've done, don't stress about that. It is not a competition at all. I mean, it's literally, you're competing with yourself, but you can see from that clip, I mean, you're talking to people, you're having fun. Then we come to this stupid clip, or this stupid obstacle. This fine gentleman handed me his 60-pound bag, so I was very excited. But look at this. So I grabbed the bag. I wasn't even focusing on the right, what was going on the right. But I grabbed the bag and they say you gotta go up and around. And I should have known that it was something serious when they said up and around. Look at this mountain. So, that is what we have to go up. Now, I did have a technique for this. One, it was 60-pound bag, so I threw it on my shoulder. I realized that if you throw it on your shoulder, you gotta alternate shoulders. You can also throw it and hold it like this. This was pretty comfortable. So I start hiking. My thought process as I was hiking, I'm gonna speed it up because it was ridiculously long. All I kept telling myself was don't drop the bag. I don't care how small my steps get, do not drop the bag. A lot of people were dropping the bag and sitting on it. I personally knew if I dropped the bag, probably wasn't gonna get back up. So it was just a mental game of basically keep pushing, one foot in front of the other, do not drop the bag. I literally was thinking, I went straight Goggins. I was thinking of Goggins in my head, and I was thinking about that famous YouTube video of him bench pressing, and all I kept saying to myself was, who's gonna carry the boats? I am. Literally, the entire time up, I was just thinking about I had a boat on my head, and I was carrying it. So I'm still going up this mountain, taking short steps, pacing myself just to get to the top. But what was crazy, okay? So I get to the top. When I get to the top, there's this guy, or actually I'm coming down the mountain. And as I'm coming down the mountain, there's this guy that just goes speeding right past me. And as he's speeding past me, he's like this, right? He's going back and forth, and he's using his arms to balance himself. And when I see his arms, I'm like, where the heck is his bag? And I look back, and then I look back at him. Dude has the 60-pound bag on his head, straight just cruising. And I saw that, and I was gonna steal his technique, because that's what you realize when you do these Spartan. If you see someone doing something that looks very effortless, cheat, steal, copy. And I thought to myself, I have a pretty strong neck, I could probably do that. But I literally, as soon as I was gonna do it, I envisioned me throwing it on top of my head, and then all of a sudden just, and then I fall down the mountain. So I didn't try that guy's technique. Maybe next time I will. But again, tip, watch what other people are doing. If they look like they're doing it effortlessly and you feel comfortable, copy, cheat, steal, do whatever you have to. So then this race was ridiculous. Then we finished that. I go cruising. I'm kind of running for a little bit. I come around this corner. I thought we were done climbing the mountain. Boy, was I wrong. We come to this part of the mountain, and I don't even know if you could see it. Look at that nonsense right there. Okay, so this was the steepest part, hands down, of the race. And you could kind of see in this clip, I told this dude right next to me, I said, hey, it's not even a Spartan sprint, it's a Spartan walk. At one point during this race, I was actually crawling up the mountain. You can kind of see right here how steep it is, how slow everybody's going. I mean, at this point, people are feeling it. My legs are done. I'm with this guy, just posted on the side. But like I said, you could kind of see, there's a good shot. Yep, that's how steep it was. So I started taking very short, choppy steps, and then at one point, I was literally on all fours climbing up this mountain. And I thought we were gonna reach the top. And then sure enough, at the top, something amazing was waiting for us. The next obstacle. One thing for sure though, when we got to the top, the view of Big Bear was absolutely awesome. So it was kind of cool to take it in for a second. And then I had this, I think it's called the Z-Wall. So the Z-Wall last time, I did it no problem. I had a technique and it worked. Okay, so you could see how there's a right side and a left side. I chose the right side. That was the wrong side to choose, because
as I'm climbing and I'm gripping, I have pretty good grip strength, but I could not grip, and I literally felt like I kept falling back, and I didn't understand why. And at first I was just like, oh, I'm super weak, maybe I'm fatigued. But then come to find out, after the race, I talked to my buddy, and he said everybody on the right side fell. And the reason why they fell is because it was slanted. So if you were on the left side, you were legit like leaning on the wall. If you were on the right side, like me, you fell off. So sure enough, your boy fell off. Not a true Spartan probably would have been able to do it. So I'm gonna take it as an L. You could see right here, like I'm struggling to try and grip this, but I can't grip it. I end up falling. Had to do 30 burpees on top of the mountain. Surprisingly, I was the only one doing burpees, but I was not the only one that fell. But it's okay, because that's what this race is about. Integrity. It's about holding yourself accountable. If you want to push through, I don't know everybody's situation. Some people may be injured. This is me doing burpees. I don't do them that fast. I just fast forwarded it because no one wants to see burpees. It's not even fun to watch people do burpees. That's how much burpees suck. So anyway, finished my 30 burpees and then started to get to move. Now this next part was a little flat. So, or actually no, this was the first downhill part. Downhill sucked just as a sucky race. This is where I was thinking in the back of my head, this is probably not the best first race for someone. And then look, more uphill. We did not reach the top of the mountain. So we start climbing again. That girl next to me with the hands on her back, that's predominantly like my lower back was shot. My left calf was shot. Speaking of left calf, the thing about this race, you get always put in perspective. So there was one point in this race that I was literally holding, like my left calf was, I felt like there was just a rock in it. Like it hurt like a mother. I was cramping, I was complaining. And as I'm looking at the ground, just feeling sorry for myself, because you do that during these races, I glance over at the dude in front of me, and the dude has no calf. He legit has a prosthetic leg, and this dude is just trucking up the mountain like a straight boss. So it put in perspective, which I always say, I mean, anything, it could be worse, you know. There's always someone. It's like saying that, like, when you throw all your problems into if everybody threw all their problems into a big circle or a big pot, chances are when you saw everybody else's problems, you'd actually reach back for your problems and keep pushing. And that's literally what it was. So when I saw that guy with the prosthetic leg, first of all, I told him he's an absolute beast and keep pushing. And then I just shut up and went back to work because I had nothing to complain about. Then we get to the next obstacle, and this next obstacle is the cargo net. And what's crazy about this cargo net, you could kind of see another perspective check, I call it that. This old man, and I say old because obviously he has white hair, so he's probably in his 60s, maybe even late 60s. He goes up this cargo net, and watch how this man ninjas over the top. Gets to the top, grabs two hands, somersaults over, hits the ground, full stride, and he's on his way. Made me feel terrible about myself, I'm going to be honest with you. And then I just went to climbing. I've done this one before, and this is what's crazy about Spartan races. Obviously I only done 2, so I'm not an expert at all. But an obstacle that you did in the past, super easy, it does not mean that you're going to do this one super easy. So I get to the top, and my legs were done. They were shaking like crazy, which was freaking me out. I started getting anxiety, thinking I'm going to fall and die on top of Big Bear Mountain. This is how I go out. But I was able to kind of get my composure, just take my time, and then fat cat it. I call it fat cat because you lay on top of the thing, like a cat on top of a fence, and then you just push on. So ended up rolling over. Once I got my feet, I started going down, but it was crazy how much my feet were shaking compared to last race I did. They weren't shaking this bad. So I finished this one, and I press on to the next one. All right, so this next one is the inverted wall. Again, I've done this one before, so I wasn't too worried about it. So I took the same technique. You climb up, you bring your feet up, and then I fat cat it. You could kind of see I just lay on top of it, and then swing my feet over comfortably, not super fast, and then climb down the backside, not too hard. Apparently, my buddy literally just hit it and then rolled down the other side. Whatever it takes. whatever it takes. Get to the plate drag. The plate drag is really not that bad. It's just, I mean, this is more like a workout. I feel like I'm just doing a cable row. No technique. You kind of just get a good stance and then build up momentum. Don't try to do long pulls. I tried to do quick, short things. Don't try to grab the rope super far and pull. I just did quick. And then you turn around. Some people picked it up and they were able to like drag it while standing up. I kind of just kept low and then I took short steps going back, and that helped out. And then once I finished that, we went to the barbed wire. No technique. I mean, obviously you could crawl on the ground. I was pretty much on all fours and I didn't luckily get caught. This one you just get dirty. It's not too hard, but my buddy said he started cramping up in his quad right here. So if you're feeling it, there is a chance that you may have to stop a couple times, take a breather, you know. And again, just let the person know behind you, hey, you know, I'm going to be here for a second. They're not going to freak out. So finish that part, and then I push on to the next part. This one is the Atlas carry. I think it's called the Atlas carry. This one, you just pick up a stone. I don't know how much it weighs. Main thing is obviously lift with your legs. So start in a squat, put your fingers underneath. I link them like this as soon as I get it, and then just start walking. Again, nice short choppy steps. Turn around. When you go back, you're not supposed to drop it. One, don't drop it on the person behind you. It might cause an issue. You just squat down, drop it, get to moving. After that part, came to another straightaway. So again, I wanted to run. I wanted to jog. At this point, I've jogged. This is my second time jogging. Everything else was just a walk, and I wasn't breathing super heavy, so I felt like my cardio was actually pretty good, which was kind of frustrating because I felt like if it wasn't so steep, I may have done it a little bit better. To put in perspective, the first mile took me 23 minutes, and when I'm cruising, I run like a 9-minute mile. So it was, like I said, a hike. Then I come to the helix. This one, I don't think you're allowed to grab the top. They told us last time, and I'm pretty sure they said you can't grab the top. Everybody was doing it though, so I don't know if that was the rules. But to be honest with you, I don't know if you're allowed to grab the top, because this was a lot easier than the last time. And I think it's because I grabbed the top. So I got to clarify next time, because again, I don't want to cheat it, and I do want to do it legit way. So I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to grab the top. So this one I probably failed. Right there? Yes. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to do that. But you live and you learn. I guess it's the Spartan way. Hit the little bell coming up. It's so fun to hit those. You like tap them, but realistically I want to smack the mess out of it. Also, if this is your first race, they do have water stations along the way. One thing about the sprint, there's definitely a lot more people doing it. So the wait here, I ended up just running past it. I wasn't that thirsty. Some people bring water along the way. You could do that. I'd probably recommend that if you're trying to keep a good time, just because some of the water stations take forever because everybody's trying to get them. But anyway, and then we get to the rope climb, the famous rope climb that I said I really wanted to complete. I took about 2 pulls, and then that was that. And then I had to do my burpees. I did watch some guy try to demonstrate to the other guy how to do the rope climb, and this guy made it look super easy. He legit got about halfway up the rope and then took off his hands because he was using all his legs. So I got to figure out that technique. I'm going to build a freaking rope climb. But anyway, this is my second time doing 30 burpees, finished my burpees, and I'm on to the monkey bars. I'm going to tell you right now, your boy goes ham on these monkey bars. Let me tell you. I don't know if it's just old school playground days, but look at this technique. Once you get a rhythm, and just smooth. I'm a smooth criminal right now. Just cruising. This one, I was excited. Bam! Smacked it and kept going. And then we come to the A-frame. Now the thing with the A-frame, again, it was a lot easier last time because there was no one in front of me. The technique on this, you don't want to be in the middle of 2 people, because if they run up the sides, it makes it all shaky. I took the middle right next to the bar. Also, it feels a little bit more safe. When I got to the top, it was definitely shaky, so that was a little crazy. But perspective again, that dude kicked me in the head. But this guy right here, I mean, look at this dude. Savage.
As long as I make it through, you know.
Shout out to that guy. I don't know who he is, but again, just perspective. A dude just, you know, beasting it. Obviously, he's older than me. I don't know his age and everything, but I mean, he was just pushing through. Hardest part about this part is there was a lot of people, so you were going slow, and as you had to hold yourself, that was the hardest part. So finish the A-frame, get to this one. This one, you cannot drop it. If you drop it, you have to do burpees. The guy in front of me was lowering it down and dropped it, had to do 30 burpees. And there was a ref there that was actually telling. This is one of the few obstacles that I'm pretty sure they were checking and making sure you did your burpees. So you could see right here, I start lowering it like super slow. I'm not, because I did not want to do more burpees. So you lower it super slow, you don't slam it, and then you push on. That was pretty easy. Then I come to the stupid spear throw, and I watched a couple people. I saw their technique, I tried their technique, and I chucked the mess and missed it again. So I had to knock out 30 burpees. As I'm knocking out these 30 burpees, at one point I was excited to go in the mud wall, or the mud hole, whatever it's called, this thing. But I was excited because it was hot. As soon as I got to this thing, Spartan gods put rain clouds over us. It got super windy and super cold. So these races are unpredictable, but this is the actual mud wall. The biggest thing when it comes to this, just send it. Just full send it. Don't sit there. Don't psych yourself out. Some people, they get there and they overthink it, like, oh my god, I don't want to go underneath the water and everything. It's cold. It's muddy. You'll see how muddy it is when I actually go under. I mean, there's absolutely nothing you can see under there. That's how dirty that water is. But when you come up, it's kind of cool to look down and just see the mud and be like, I'm doing this. This one, the technique with this is you do not want to be close to the rope and close to the wall until you get to the top. So you grab the rope and you lean back as far as you can. When you lean back as far as you can, you literally just walk up. You'll see right here. So I'm leaning back, I'm just pulling myself. It's very easy. Don't stay close to it until you get to the top. You get a good grip. These things are obviously wet and slippery, so just watch your step going down, but it's not that hard if you lean back. Just think of that song, Lean Back. I forgot who sings it, but that's all you gotta do. And then climb down. Not too tricky, pretty easy. And then I didn't get the last obstacle, which the last obstacle was a bucket carry. I guess I didn't turn it on or whatever. It was a bucket carry that was lighter than the actual 60-pound bag, so it didn't feel that heavy. Again, you could throw it on your back. You could kind of throw it like this. You could kind of tilt it. I keep it here, move it here, and then if I wanted to switch it, move it back, walk like this for a little bit, and then switch it. I just kept going back and forth. I even actually held it down by my waist for a second. This part you do go, anytime you carry a bucket though, there's an actual like mud pit that you're walking through, and you get about calf deep in mud. So you gotta watch your footing. The trick to this one, watch the person in front of you. If he's walking or she's walking and she falls and like basically drops the bucket, because if you drop the bucket in mud, it's super hard to get up. And I watch people do that. So the trick to this one, just watch the footing of the person in front of you. If they fall, don't go that way and step really, really slow. So I finished that one. I actually realized that was my last obstacle, and as soon as I heard that, I was just like, I kept going Goggins in my head, like, who's gonna carry the boats? And I was just going hamski. Wasn't gonna drop that bucket. So I saw the finish line. When I saw the finish line, I got super pumped. Basically just full sent it. I didn't full send it. I was just jogging at this point. I was feeling it. And then got to the end. This is the line, obviously, to get your medal. Pretty excited. First thing I did is I wanted to look for my wife and then my daughter. So here's some clips of me and my brothers taking a photo. Here's my mom and dad. Shout out to them for always supporting me. But all in all, let me actually show you the medal. All right, so here is the Spartan medal, Spartan Sprint. You can kind of see, there we go, right there. Legit. I wanted this one, but obviously this is the piece I am trying to get. This piece right here goes, let me see how I've never done this before. Kind of hard to see, kind of hard to do. This thing is heavy, holy moly. All right, so got two pieces. You can they kind of actually like magnetic together. That's kind of cool. So you can kind of see I got two. I am missing the bottom green part, which on October 22nd of this year, that is my plan to do the trifecta, 13 miles, 13 miles, 30 obstacles, get that green piece and complete the medal. That is what this whole chasing trifecta is about. Now, shout out to my buddy who actually, this was his first race doing it. He signed up, or on January 29th when I completed the super, he got all pumped up about it, said, I'm gonna do the next one with you. Signed up for it, signed his kids up for it, signed his wife up for it, started talking to everybody about it. This dude went to work, lost 30 pounds. I don't know how, he said his wife lost some weight. I think his cousin lost some weight. Everybody was pumped up. He was talking to me. He was eating healthy. He was getting in shape for this race. So shout out to this dude, because what you guys need to realize is if you are thinking about doing a Spartan race, 1, do it. 2, do it with people. It's gonna hold you accountable. I haven't talked to my buddy about this, but I'm pretty sure that one of the main reasons is because he had his wife doing it, his kids doing it. He actually did tell me the morning of he really didn't want to do the race, or no, the day before he really didn't want to do the race, but his kids came in and they were all pumped up to do the race, and that's what basically sent him forward. So I'm telling you right now, as soon as Adeline's able to, oh, she's doing the sprint. And she's signing up and we're doing that. And it's going to be a bonding time. I don't care if she wants to or not. I will throw her on my back and we will sprint up the mountain. So again, have someone to do it with. But don't, like I said, I wish you guys could kind of see, which I said in my last recap of my Spartan, what I love about these races. One, he even said everybody he met there was the coolest person he's ever met. The crowd, the vibe, the atmosphere. It's a fun time. No one's there being a donkey head, like being a jerk or anything, or competing. I mean, there's people that compete obviously in the championship, but in the sprint, you're not going to get that. You get people of all walks of life, all shapes and sizes, all colors, all heights, all sexes. I mean, everything. It is literally the most diverse group of crazy fitness guru people, whatever, out there. And it's a fun time. So if you're debating on doing it, get some people to do it with, sign up for sure, and then just send it and have fun and don't overthink it. I was thinking as I was going up the mountain, like, man, I shouldn't have had my buddy do this race. It's pretty tough. He told me the next day that he was so fired up. His buddy that he went was like, I'm already signed up for my next one. I'm going to get in shape. His wife's already like, I want to get better at pull-ups. He signed up for one in October. He signed his kids up for one. They're doing another one. I mean, guys, I'm telling you, after you complete it, you get that medal, you have a high like no other, and you're ready to go. That's about it, guys, for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it helped you, obviously, for anybody that's kind of on the fence to do the Spartan Sprint. It's a fun time. Get off your butt, step out of your comfort zone, and have fun. Do it with a bunch of people. Makes it a whole lot funner. So anyway, guys, that wraps it up for the video. If you guys liked the video or found anything valuable in the video, I appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. Comment below if you've done a sprint, if you've done the Big Bear one, because I know the Big Bear one everybody talks about. I'm going to try and do it next year, hopefully beat my time. Oh, I got to tell you my time. It was actually terrible. It was 1 hour and 51 minutes. And to put it in perspective, the Spartan Super that I did back in January, which was basically 6 miles and 28 obstacles, I did that in 2 hours. So, actually, was it 2 hours? 1 hour and 52 minutes. And this one took me 1 hour and 51 minutes. So this one was way, way harder, but it was definitely an accomplishment. So anyway, guys, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys already know the motto. Stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, don't be average. We'll catch you guys in the next one.